Hey YouTube, what is the topic of every cable news channel, every local news channel right now? Well, right now the topic of conversation is the sexual abuse situation at Penn State with this coach, member of the coaching staff, Sandusky. And how he had been systematically, at least since the 90s, allegedly, we have to be careful of our language because he has not been to court yet, how he allegedly was sexually abusing young boys. The grand jury report was released, of which indicted Sandusky on a multitude of charges. It's a total of 40 counts. 40 counts of child some type of allegation against him, against children, ideally boys. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to read the indictment report, but if you have not had a chance to take a look at that report, I strongly encourage you to take a look at that, because the news is only giving you a tip of what, no pun intended, a tip of what was going on. I mean, this guy was your textbook pedophile. He had an organization that was dedicated to children. So his children are always at his disposal, and he's using his connections and his associations and the respect and the adoration that people in the community have for him, and he was taking that and exploiting it in order to sexually abuse children. People, we've got to remember, children they have to be protected. They're not in a situation where they can protect themselves. As adults, we have to step in. Now, one of my biggest problems with this case is there was an individual, I think it's McCluskey, excuse me if I say his name incorrectly. Football is not something I follow very closely, except for the LFL, but that's another story. This guy, he walked in and witnessed Sandusky anally raping a little boy in the shower. Not only did he not intervene, this little bitch-made dude went and called his father at 28 years, I think he was 28 or 29 years old, to ask his dad what he should do. Then the next day, he reports it to Coach Paterno, who in turn then tries to deal with the situation in some way, but they never really dealt with anything. Then you fast forward to now, this guy who actually saw this rape take place is now a coach on the coaching staff for Penn State. So he basically, you know, saw this child get raped, didn't do anything about it, and then in turn turned around and got a promotion. Where did he do that? Listen, my opinion is this. I believe that there was a huge systematic cover-up over at Penn State. They knew that Sandusky was a dirty old pedophile. They knew it. They had proof of it. They heard rumors. I also read a report of a mother approaching Sandusky in the 90s about her feelings about him taking a shower with her son. And then she asked him, promise to never do this again. And guess what? Sandusky couldn't do that. He couldn't make a promise that he couldn't keep because he knew he liked little boys and he knew he wasn't going to stop. You know, again, folk, we've got to protect our kids. The other issue I had with this is the riot that the Penn State students decided to have because they were upset about Paterno being let go. Listen, the first lesson that you need to learn is just because you like somebody doesn't mean they make all the right decisions. And even when they make some bad decisions, you got to hold them accountable for their bad decisions, even when you have the utmost respect for them. There was no excuse for why Paterno didn't take whatever happened, whatever was reported to him, and go to the police. I know he had no legal obligation to do so, but morally, I can't understand how you can hear a report of a child being raped and you do nothing. I take issue with that. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. But let me tell you, if I ever walked into a space and saw somebody violating a child, they're going to be police coming for two people. They're going to be coming to arrest the fuck that was doing what they were doing, and then they're probably going to come because I probably have killed the fuck before the cops got there. I'm sorry. I just cannot sit by and watch something like that happen to a child. That's insane. You know, so there's no justification for that. This guy can spin it any way he wants to. It's not going to happen. I'm going to continue to watch and monitor this case very closely, because I do believe that we've just literally popped the lid on this stuff. Especially since today it comes out that the judge that presided over the Sandusky case recently, that actually gave Sandusky this cheap bail, which allowed him to be out and free with no monitoring of any kind, was actually a volunteer that was a part of Sandusky's charity. Again, this cover-up runs deep. People love football, and I am puzzled. Listen, I like some sports. Football isn't necessarily one of my fave, but I like sports too. But damn, not enough to sacrifice small children for it. They ain't curing cancer doing any of that damn stuff. There's no excuse for it. It's just a lot of selfishness and people trying to protect legacies. And at the end of the day, the only legacy that they'll leave is that they didn't step in when children were being violated. You know, so I'm going to keep watching this case. Watch for more videos from me in relation to this, and thank you for watching. You're free to comment. I love comments, especially video responses. Thank you, everybody. Peace.